Everybody, and welcome to my kitchen mess. It's cold. It's so cold in here today. Look, I'm literally wearing a blanket while I'm cooking. And I've got 2 space heaters going in one room, and I've got the curtains closed. Let me show you quick. Pan over here. I close these curtains, and literally my dog and my cats like to run through it like they're like 2 years old. Like they're playing Batman in the house. They run through my curtains so fast. Ugh, driving me crazy. Anyway, just rinsed some red potatoes. Got rid of all the starchy water. So I'm gonna throw that outside where it's gonna be good in my garden. And I've got a big pan of diced up potatoes going. Some, shredded potatoes I meant. I learned how to do this recipe by watching one of those Wyoming cooks. He cooks out on the prairie for the cowboys. Oh my gosh, if I can find a link to that channel, I'll show you. Oh, the food that man makes. Anyway, he rinses his potatoes like 3 times. Well, I don't have that kind of water going on, so I just poured some hot water on mine so it was more comfortable to my hands, and rinse my potatoes once. And then I always make a little bit of extra so I have something to throw out to the animals. And my onion, and a lady nearby here sells sausage. She runs a Mennonite shop, but her label says compared to Andouille. Oh, is it ever comparable to Andouille? Andouille is my favorite sausage. Fell in love with it when I lived in Louisiana. But let me show you my nook. Now this down here is still a mess. I got to straighten all this out, and I got to take all the contents from that and put it out in the Tin Lizzie so that I have my food locker back. And then all of this mess can go away. But look at my little spice nook. Oh, I'm so happy I can see my spices again. And they're alphabetized. And the best thing is that same lady who runs this little shop, she buys her spices in bulk. So like my ground cumin, I don't even want to tell you what I paid for this. Okay, I'm going to tell you what I paid for this. When it was by McCormick, I paid over $3 for it. And from her shop, $1.20. And it wouldn't all fit. I had to actually throw some out because I had nowhere to put the last tablespoon. $1.20. And that's what I pay now for all my spices, is right around $1 a piece. I love it. And I can cook a full-on breakfast today. I hope you guys are staying warm, staying healthy, eating good. Enjoy those winter foods. Ooh, I'm loving the winter foods. Yesterday I made a big pot of chili in the Instapot, and you know what? I didn't have all the ingredients, and so I swapped out a few ingredients and created my own Firehouse tomatoes. It's the best pot of chili I ever made. So the organization of January is still going strong. I love it. They're in alphabetical order. And then up here at the very top, I would like to only do my flavored vinegars because I do eat 5 to 7 salads a week. Kind of what I do. And then stuff like chili, hash browns with andouille. So, you know, I'm not starving myself by any means. We eat good. But I just love my little nook. I just wanted to show it off. All right, I'm gonna get back on these hash browns, y'all. Hope y'all are having a great January. So the second part of this video, and I really debated whether or not to say this, because some of my viewers would be like, my subscribers would be like, do what? But honestly, whenever I start to feel overwhelmed, like my water freezes and I have to bring it in the house to thaw it out, or my animals seem like they're cold and I have to make 5 and 6 and 7 trips outside in a day to give my bunnies running water, because they're little bunny things. Let me show you. Their little waters freeze, you know, within about 30 minutes out there. And so these waters have to be brought in the house, thawed out, and swapped out constantly. And sometimes I start to feel overwhelmed. But whenever I do, all I do is I think about the Native Americans that lived in this area. I do believe they were called the Osage Indians. I don't know. I haven't done enough research, but research is something I plan on delving into this winter. And I call on my spirit guides. Honestly, I call on my spirit guides. Before I start to cry or hold myself in the fetal position, rocking back and forth, thinking, what have I done? I call on my spirit guides. And I swear to you, they literally whisper in my ear, you've got this, you can do this. If we did it, you can do it. And they're right. I just throw on an extra blanket, wrap myself up, and go outside and do what I have to do. Come in, warm up, go back out, do what I got to do. And as long as I take care of my health by eating good, eating hearty, nutritious meals. I don't want to tell anybody to eat heavy meals, but I mean, potatoes and sausage is probably not the most healthiest meal, but it's hearty and it's hot and it gives me a lot of protein, and I can go all morning long on this meal, and it works out. So whenever you're feeling overwhelmed, call on your spirit guides. See what they say to you. All right, you guys, have an amazing day. Blessed be, and blessed be the mess. My neighbor told me one time a little poem, and it goes something like this. Thank Goddess for what she said, thank God, but my patroness is a goddess. Thank Goddess for dirty dishes, for they have a tale to tell. For they have a tale to tell. While other folks go hungry, I'm eating very well. So keep that in mind, and then you won't feel so sorry. All right, guys, blessed be. So here's my choice of seasonings for these hash browns. And this is why I don't eat in restaurants, because I'm so picky about my food and how it's cooked and how I season all my layers and everything. So for hash browns, I like white onion. I use yellow onion in soups and stews, and I use white onion for anything with potatoes and chili. And then I save my red onions or purple onions for sandwiches and salads. So I like white onions only in my hash browns. And then onion powder, sea salt, garlic powder, and I'm a huge fan of smoked paprika. I swear I'd put it in everything except my iced tea. And then Andouille, is just my favorite. And so I just I'll let my skillet get good and hot, and then I'll throw some seasonings in my pan of potatoes, stir that up, and then I'll show you what I do next. So before I ever put my seasoned hash browns in the pan, I make sure that it's sizzling first. And I do use about a tablespoon of olive oil. And I like this kind of pan because literally nothing sticks. So then I throw my seasoned potatoes in the skillet, and I smash them out like as flat as they can possibly go. And then I also season my white onion with black pepper, and I put those on top of that. Then I'm going to let that cook under the lid for about 8 minutes. Then I'll take the lid off, add my sausage, and then I'll let that sausage heat up, and then I'll start flipping it. And now that that's going pretty good, it smells so amazing. Bo can smell it clear outside, and then he starts barking to come in. Now it's time to throw that on there and steam those for about 3 or 4 minutes, and then I'll start flipping. Meanwhile, it's time to start on my dishes. All right, so that's been about 3 minutes, and now I can take off the lid and finish cooking this without the lid. And I've always found that the secret to hash browns is you don't play with them. Just like a pancake, you don't play with it. You just flip it when it's brown. And then this, just like that. And I'll go all the way around and flip it once, and I'll probably end up flipping it about 3 to 4 times, and then it'll be done. Okay, it's done, and I'm ready to eat. I do want to say, though, that because I do have cats in here with me, that I do put everything on a serving platter. And I want to go up and get myself a really nice vintage serving platter. This is just that Fiesta plate right now. But my cats climb around, and so I don't want them to burn their little pitty paws. So I move everything to a serving platter, and then I add water to my skillet so it doesn't burn, and it can start soaking early. And make sure I unplug everything and leave that skillet up there so my cats can't come across there accidentally and burn their paws. And I want to thank my daughter for this beautiful Pioneer Woman plate that she gave me. And I usually top mine off with 2 or 3 drops of Tabasco, and that's it. A beautiful breakfast. All right, you guys, bon appetit. Love and light talk to you soon. Put in the comments how you make your hash browns and what you do different. All right, guys. Love and light. Blessed be.